Good afternoon and welcome once again to League of Legends. This is Deman bringing you the ESL Masters Series. This is the third and fourth playoff. Now, if you've been in a hole, you'd have known that SK won the ESL Masters and they beat Team Solo Mid. That was played out at Gamescom, the first and second place. This is the third and fourth place match that was due to happen before Gamescom that actually happened just last night. So that would be, what, September the 28th, I believe. So here you can see it is LowLandLions versus MeetYourMakers. For LowLandLions, MeetYourMakers, formerly known as Wizards, you may have known them throughout the tournament. For LowLandLions, we're going to have Sneaky on Caitlyn, Tabzz on Zilean, Ishtai on Sona, Alibabba on Nocturne, Zealot on Irelia. For MeetYourMakers, it is going to be Araneae on Gangplank, Extermin on Kassadin, heiN on Jax, Shad on Vayne, and Babeta on Janna. Now, please note, obviously, they've had a few changes, I think. I don't recall seeing Shad before in MeetYourMakers colours, certainly in the games that I've commentated on. But, you know, they did change from Wizards to MeetYourMakers. I'm not too sure. I'm not that up to date on what the Spanish team have been up to. But nevertheless, we will soon see what they've been up to. So, what sort of interest to really note in this game? Obviously, Nocturne, Gangplank, pretty standard junglers there between the two. Support is fairly standard for MeetYourMakers, but support Sona as well, fairly standard. Zilean in mid, that could be an interesting one. We've seen, we saw it used quite heavily. I wouldn't say heavily. We saw it used, certainly at Gamescom, with Team Solo Mid and COG, Council Logic Gaming, both used it really. The Solstice played it a few times. Actually, I don't think I've seen Reginald play it. Actually, I'm not too sure whether Team Solo Mid do it. I might just be talking it out of my arse on that one. I know for a fact that I remember Solstice playing Zilean one or two times. And before the event, I do recall Big Fat GG being brilliant on Zilean in mid. So we're going to see how that one turns out. No opening encounters kind of expected really between the two. So I'm not too sure how this one's going to go. You'll have to excuse me if I do have to keep stopping for drinks. It is absolutely scorching in the UK right now. What the hell is going on with his weather system in the world, I don't know. But why is it 28 degrees or whatever it is, something like that, on the 29th of September is quite frankly beyond me. Global warming at its best, I guess. So, Alibabba looks like he's going to be starting on the Golem. Instead of going for the wolf or anything like that to start with. Looks like Sona and Sneaky is going to pick up the golems down the bottom here. Just in the trap be triggered actually, and that's going to force them to go away. They did manage to pick up the one. Nice poke there from Ishtai, obviously using the eyes that the trap gave them. Sneaky could have done a pilt over across there. Whether they are going to try and sneak that last one, they could just be around that corner. And they are just going to continue pulling it. So I think they've completely backed off to lane. Yes, they have. There's Shad returning to lane. So Shad down the bottom. Extermin in the middle. I actually played a game with Extermin the other day. I didn't tell him who I was. I'm on my super secret undercover account. But we dominated. That was in Dominion, of course. So it's lining up with Irelia versus Jax up the top. That is Zealot and heiN. Obviously, we are using the LOL replay function, which is why we have the view of Sneaky down the bottom this time. So we're not going to get too great a view of the hit points until team fights really begin. Tabzz versus Extermin in the middle. That is Zilean versus Kassadin on your screens. Alibabba with the blue buff going about his jungle run. Going pretty standard route as well. Now onto the wraiths, pinging it to say, please keep away from these wraiths. Oh, we've got a gank possibly attempt down the bottom here. Araneae has come out of the jungle. Can he manage to get it down? He won't do, but he's going to get taken down very low with a Piltover. Peacemaker will go across the first. Blood goes down to Sneaky. Very nicely done that. Oh, taken low himself, and he's just going to get away from that one. 66 health. So Sneaky managing to keep focus fire on Gangplank there, while they dived in towards Ishtai. Ishtai using his flash to get out of that situation quite comfortably. Alibabba now being clairvoyant. It's going to go across. Shad is going to get the bubble on him from Janna, which is going to give him that shield and attack damage. He's going to get the fear proc surely going off there. Will proc, and I don't think Alibabba was quite ready for Ishtai to do a big chunk of damage there with the 3 chord. I never remember the damn name of it. It's the melodic inspiration. No, that's not it. It's the passive, and we can't see the passive because he hasn't. It's the power chord, isn't it? That's it, the power chord. The power chord passive. will not land it, so he's going to back away. So, that is first blood. A quick early first blood as well. I like to see quick first bloods. It tends to set the pace for the rest of the game. It heightens things up, and it has been noted in the past. Some professional games at the higher levels tend to become a little bit of a snore fest. That was quite bad by Sneaky. He missed all the gold there with that piltover. I think quite talented, but there's a lot of minions down the bottom here. They're going to get a good chunk off this tower, I think. Sneaky could easily just carry on fighting it. I don't think Shad's going to be able to do a fat lot about it. He's going to have to focus on collecting the gold in front of the tower. The tower's going to get that one. So Shad's actually missing out on some of the gold as well here. You can see that Sneaky's now picking up the gold. Oh, we missed that one. And Shad's doing the same, so he's getting those shots in. So Shad missing out on a fair bit of gold, so that's like the after effect of the failed gank attempt there. So despite the fact they also failed, you know, they lost Gangplank and they've lost a bunch of gold in the process. So it's all sort of one whole system of backfired movement if a gank like that can backfire. So Aurelia's gone back. And he has got himself a Vampiric Scepter. Vayne, I was about to call him Jax. Vax is a very old computer system, if anyone's unaware of that, which unfortunately we do still use at my workplace. Unix-based system. So, anyway, drifting away from the game in hand. Let's have a look at the CS. How is it lining up in the opening exchanges? The top lane I'm more interested in. 26 to 22 on top. Gangplank now just passing by Extermin in mid there. So Tabzz in the mid on 20 versus Extermin on 18. So pretty even between the two there. And going to have to move away from the minions as he gets a double bomb effect. Jax has got the lane push, but Zealot's quite happy, quite comfy to have that push. Once you hit 6 on, which he is very nearly at, you really find it very hard to zone or just stop. Let's say Zealot, but Irelia farming really. It's just one of those kind of sustain champions that's just very hard to prevent. Sneaky and Ishtai doing a very good job at keeping Shad out of the leveling range here. You can see the Clairvoyance going down. They're trying to get into it, trying to get some of that CS, but they are doing a very good job at zoning them out here. And really that is causing a lot of problems for Shad there. So we'll have a look at the CS in a moment. Obviously, bearing in mind one of them has picked up a kill here, which is giving the Sneaky down advantage. Got the double Dorans quite early on, whereas Shad had to go just get boots. And obviously the poke and the range that Caitlyn gets as a default is really quite helpful. And that tower is already very low, isn't it? So, and again, Shad is trying his best to catch the gold here, but he's missing out on it. It's another tower there, another tower shot missing, another tower shot missing, and another one. Wow, Shad missed a lot of gold there. So the CS count, I'm going to expect it to see it one-sided. Alibabba is going for an invade. Haven't got a sign of Gangplank at the moment, but Alibabba invading on the golems. So we'll keep an eye on Jax at the top here, which is going to get Nocturne come across. Yes, he will do. Just a bit of a poke, really. Not going to go for the kill. They may well push the tower. That tower down the bottom is down to 300 health, so we'll keep an eye on there. Alibabba, they are going to go for heiN now. They are diving in there, and Zealot will manage to use his ulti. Will he survive it? Takes a tower hit, and he does, and that's going to switch back to the minions. So that is a top gank there. Meanwhile, they're down the bottom there. Shad now having a poke. I think I just caught a glimpse of Gangplank there, sneaking around, which is where it all started. Yet Araneae is in the bush there. Shad is having to port back, and level 6 just hit by Sneaky, which is exactly why Shad had to go back. Anyway, back to the CS. Caitlyn on 49 and 28 for Shad. Yeah, that's exactly what I was expecting. You can see that tower was getting a lot of the CS and really causing the problems, which is all stemmed from that initial gank phase. Araneae taking the sniper shot on him there. We'll get a piltover maybe across him. That is going to be the turret going down. So first turret down for LowLandLions. They're having a pretty damn good start here. And they are in a currently a strong position. So they're both going to go back, I expect. Is Sneaky going to completely go back? Yes, he will do. Well played bot lane, says Tabzz. Just congratulating themselves within the game chat rather than on thing. Maybe they're doing that for my purpose. They knew that Sneaky was going to give me the give me the replay. But Zealot, this is what I'm saying about it. You just can't stop Irelia once he gets to that stage and can just pop off that ulti. especially with the wriggles on, just going to life stain it all back, health pot running and straight back to full hit points. So you can, you know, try your best to cause problems for him, but he's just going to farm it all straight back. Tabzz is going to pick up the blue buff with that bomb going off and returns to mid lane. Mid lane now is 56. I can see Tabzz going down. Getting that ward placement. Going to come around, have a little bomb onto Extermin. Yes, he will do. Causing problems. Does get a rewind. Gets silent straight on him, though. We're going to have Ishtai coming around, hoping to get that poke. Didn't quite happen, though. And he did actually use his ulti in that process, Tabzz did there. So he was obviously taken fairly low in it, or was expecting Extermin to do a little bit more. I don't know. We're seeing a little bit of the warp effect that you sometimes get with the replay function. Ishtai coming back once again. They kind of... I don't know whether they were waiting for him to get blue, but he's already got blue, so I'm not too sure what they were thinking there. Caitlyn solo down the bottom, continue to get that farm. Shad going to come down, and I'm not too sure really what he's going to be able to do against Caitlyn, because he's got that berserker groove now. So he's ahead in farm, ahead in CS, ahead in gold, just ahead in every way really. And you can see Sneaky with that gold, he's just building up to try and get a BF sword now. Nocturne was coming down there. Ishtai's followed down, so I guess there's been a ward probably placed in the river by both teams. Sneaky just quite happily farming and hitting really all the sweet spots. He had to miss one, didn't I? As soon as I mentioned it, absolutely had to miss one. We've got all miss at the moment. Babeta's the only one that's showing at the moment on Janna, which is why Sneaky's going to be forcefully pressing her back. We do have Shad coming back with full health. Jack's currently away. Kassadin currently away. There's Gangplank on red. Nocturne's not going to bother invading. He has pushed the lane though to put the pressure on there, and they are pinging onto that dragon. We are 10.5 minutes into it, putting pressure onto Babeta there. Sneaky using the ulti, just trying to force them away from lane, which is going to buy them that time. You can see they are already on it. They are going to clear that wave. They know that the dragon is now being pulled, and Babeta is continually being poked there. See, Sneaky just comes around. That's going to be a LowLandLions dragon, no problem. Up the top though, Leigh's going to be Irelia on Jax, going into that bush, trying to kite him around. Zealot will get caught, get a counter strike on him as well. Zealot being taken fairly low. heiN actually fancying his chances. Has got that 6 or 7 stack of Relentless Assault that you slowly build up with Jax, because you faster and faster. But again, look at that. Zealot can just pop off his ulti, put a stun actually on towards heiN now. heiN now trying to turn around. We'll get the counter strike on towards Zealot. Zealot puts the exhaust down. Will he manage to finish him off? You can see down the bottom they've continued to push, and he's just going to back away from that one. Zealot, there is a ping going down. I don't think they're going to bother coming up for him, but Jax is farming happily now. So 81 CS to Caitlyn compared to Vayne on 46. That's a huge difference. Huge difference in CS and a lot of gold, and it's all just stemmed from that singular shot that they managed to get on towards Gangplank in when they missed the gank on Ishtai. So that's how, you know, when these ganks backfire, when you see people going, oh my god, we need to go for ganks, we need to go for ganks, when they backfire, it can really affect the whole lane phase, and you can see the advantage that is given Sneaky. So looking back up towards the top here, you can see heiN, Jax and Araneae are coming on towards the tower. Alibabba's going to come in and clear it off. Zealot obviously taking pretty low there. Probably needs to go by, but it's going to take a look around and daringly put the ward down, I have to say, because Gangplank could have caught him there. heiN was ready to pounce, but there is now 3 in mid, which means it's ideal time with 1905 gold to go buy that BF sword. I guess he's maybe working on the premise that it's still 1850, I don't know. But it's only 1650 these days, isn't it? I've got to be honest, I do that quite a bit as well myself. So Ninja Tabby and Double Dorans for Jax. He hasn't been back for a while, nor has Zealot, so I guess they're probably at least 1,000 gold range. And wriggles on Zealot. Zealot just... They're kind of like, it's kind of like a boxing match between two bruisers that, you know, just neither could really finish each other off unless they make a desperate mistake. Now Alibabba is going to come around the side there. You can see that as well coming around the side. We'll be able to get the bomb in a reverse bomb surely. Tabzz is going to come around, does do the reverse. We'll get the second bomb. That possibly will be taken down. I'm not too sure. I think he might survive that one, you know. Probably popped his ulti, which gives him that slight bit of resistance. buff. It would only be possibly a level 1 ulti, maybe a level 2 ulti, I'm not too sure. Tabzz is going to come down though. Hasn't really got any ability power as well, because obviously he's had to go for that Philosopher's Stone and the Catalyst early on, building up towards the Merc Treads as well. I think they might push on the top turret there. Sneaky is just protecting this bottom turret and easily doing it. Ishtai is doing his best to protect the mid turret to Extermin there, but Kassadin is not one of the great known turret pushers. Tabzz will tank the turret briefly. Alibabba will finally take it down. So second turret down for LowLandLions. They're going to have to come straight down bottom. Extermin looking like he's going to head down towards the bottom there. Claymore has been used around the backside. They know that Sneaky's on his own. So yeah, he's going to back up wisely because the Clairvoyant's put down there checking for Kassadin. Kassadin gone missing at the moment somewhere around the middle river area. 15 minutes nearly coming up, and 2-0 for LowLandLions. LowLandLions with the 2 outer turrets, not quite got the middle one yet, but they may push for it now. I guess they're going to go back. Dragon due on 1706, so it's a little time for it yet. Blue buff going to be given to Tabzz. Let's have a look at the CS. Well, we've got a small lull in play. 105 for Caitlyn and 68 for Vayne. So Vayne's slowly getting some back, but still quite a way behind, isn't he, really? And a Fortitude pot and a second Doran's now bought by Sneaky. So Sneaky's really just going to continue passive farming down that bottom lane. Meanwhile, up the top, 91 for Jax and 96 for Irelia. Built that Zeal, slowly probably going to turn it into a Trinity Force, I would guess. And Jax we have not seen returned yet, so we don't know why he's rebuilt. Actually, he's got another Doran's Blade, hasn't he? Another Doran's Blade with the Vampiric Scepter. Yeah, there he is. And we're going to have 2 pushing, 2 going to go up towards top there. So they're going to try and catch out Irelia. Irelia's sort of like going down, going to face check it, but I believe there was 2. I'm pretty sure there was 2 that went up north, so he needs to be careful with that. Yeah, backs away. Kassadin goes down bottom. Meanwhile, Sneaky continues to collect all of the gold. So heiN is... yeah, they're going to come around, going to try and get a go on him. Araneae does put the buff on towards heiN there, but really not going to cause too much effect. And Zealot doesn't seem that upset about it, really. He's quite happy to just sit there and continue to farm. As is Caitlyn down the bottom here. You can see Extermin's thinking he's going to try and use his gap closing ability to dash and put a bit of damage down on towards Sneaky, but Sneaky just puts a filter of Peacemaker across and goes, thanks, I'll have all of that gold. Alibabba and Tabzz now moving into position. Dragon was 1706, so it is due in 30 seconds time, which is why they're manoeuvring for position. And then try and force the issue. I guess they probably put a trap in and around here somewhere. Caitlyn at the moment, and Irelia coming down as well. So they know it's going to be a 5-man fight, I think, for this dragon. Shad getting a bomb on him. That's going to chip away at his hit points. And there we go. They are trying to get that 1 kill. So Tab's been speeding up on Nocturne there. They will come around. The trap will go down. They will get a shot on towards Araneae. Araneae's going to have to back away. And really, they just want to try and knock them down. So they get around about half health. You know, so really, it causes problems for them. Babeta's the prime example. Babeta is going to get caught by Zealot there. Zealot got the bomb on his head as well from Tabzz there. Tabzz will come through. Will get the second bomb down. Needs to be careful because the rest of the team will come around the backside of them. Araneae coming around as well. Extermin was here. Extermin backing away. Notice that the rest of LowLandLions had come around. In fact, they are pulling the dragon there, and they've taken the dragon as well. So nicely played from LowLandLions there, and that's going to be Araneae going in just to clear out the wards and clear out the trap focus and the Drake, so they know the exact time on it, so they've got a good clear sense of it. Middle tower will go down here. I don't think that Gangplank ulti is going to cause them too many issues. They will take it down. It will put a slow effect down him. heiN wants to have a go here. He has got Counter Strike on. Oh, he used the Counter Strike, but didn't quite land in time, and that's going to be surely heiN going down. He will do. The snipe shot goes in. Tried to get a jump onto Araneae. Didn't help, though. Araneae wasn't blocking it at all. Araneae's now in trouble as well. Zealot diving on towards the tower. Needs to be careful. It doesn't go too far. Doesn't overextend. Extermin is going to come around. Might well pick up a kill or 2. Tabzz will go down, but he managed to get his ulti down. He's going to res onto that one, and he will easily come out, put a bomb down in Extermin, and back away from that fight. 3-0 the score. Big stack top, big stack bottom, and in the mid. LowLandLions can afford to go back and buy. They've got a pleasant pleasure of buying with really absolutely no trouble on them whatsoever. They can just all go back, which is exactly what they're doing. Alibabba's actually staying. So what are they going to buy? Zealot's come back with the beginnings of Phage. Caitlyn has yet to go back, but I guess I keep trying to click on him. I guess going to come back with a Bloodthirster that just picks up red. Alibabba has not gone back just yet. Zilean coming back with the beginnings of a Rabadon Death Cap. In fact, almost the completion of a Rabadon's Death Cap as well. Sona has gone and got the Hog and the Flow Stone, so pretty common stuff there. Jax has got himself a chain vest in there. Catching on to Araneae there. That's going to be a double bomb, and it will be a bomb on Zealot, actually. Don't know why he didn't go for the rewind. Rewind and put the bomb down. I'm not too sure why Tabzz did that. Whether it was a mistake, misclicking, I'm not sure. Seemed a little strange not to do the bomb, the rewind, and the bomb, which is pretty standard tactics these days. No, I don't know why he did it, actually. Honestly, I guess answers on a postcard. Answers in the comments is what I should say. Zealot feeling a little bit stronger here, I think. He's quite confident to just go up and farm this wave of minions while Jax was pushing. With the rest of the team all miss, I might add. There's no sign of them at all. Alibabba's going to put a ward down. Clairvoyance is there as well from the opposition team, so they saw him come in. And I think they're saying they want to put a ward in there. Yep, and you can see Sona is now making a move in there. Or Sona. I keep getting pointed out for that one. He's going to get put one on towards the red. So the complete jungle control at the moment for LowLandLions, or complete jungle vision, but Babeta has got the Oracle on. You did see him placing that ward, so he's going to clear that out, and that's going to give them the blue buff, which I believe has spawned. Yeah, Extermin was just heading off that way. So, well, we had a look at what LowLandLions have built. We've seen just about everyone on MeetYourMakers since that. Looking like an Infinity Edge slowly being built by Vayne, and by slowly it is just the pickaxe right now. Kassadin has built that Rod of Ages, has got just picked up that blue buff, and has got shot in the backside by Sneaky. Sneaky probably can put a pilt over across the whole wave. No. No, he will. And he didn't actually miss it. I think Caitlyn, Zilean just picked up all of that gold. I'm going to say thanks very much. Araneae clearing out top wave. Going to move around towards this bottom stack and push the bottom turret, which means the rest of the team, yeah, you can see the MeetYourMakers. Are they falling for it? No, they're not. They are staying in mid because that minion wave was coming in. So trying to bait them in towards the jungle there. Since it's a 4v5 situation, Sneaky's just got a couple of shots on it. Taking down 500 health off that turret. Stripping it down. Infinity Edge has been completed. Didn't go for the Bloodthirster, went for the Infinity Edge there, Sneaky. So Sneaky is a long way ahead when you compare it just to the singular pickaxe, the 3 Dorans. Identical, but just that massive advantage for Sneaky in terms of gold. And Gangplank ulti having to be used just to stop, try and prevent the push on towards his turret here. He's going to force LowLandLions away. Next Dragon due on 23:20, so they've got plenty of time to keep pushing. They have managed to get that ward in there. Extermin trying to get on towards Ishtai. Does go straight into a trap. They will get a slow and a tiniest little poke from Ishtai on him there. And that is the red buff now stolen. Sneaky is going to come around. Will he manage to get a shot? No, he won't, because that was a beautiful Howling Gale from Babeta there. Just forcing them away. But again, Sneaky getting more shots on towards that turret. Slowly taking it down. That's another 500 hit points gone off it. Down to 1500 now. They are working away at this, and the poke really has been something that's come into game of late with the likes of Caitlyn. Caitlyn's just, king of poke, along with Cogmore, really. Cogmore kind of needs a bit more of a bruiserish front line in front of him, which Sneaky kind of has got, really, I guess, with Zealot. And to an extent, Tabzz obviously can get the slowdown. They are going to push back onto him, though. MeetYourMakers can try and take this mid turret. Remember, Dragon is due in 40 seconds' time. So LowLandLions do want to get back into position here. And it is going to be Sneaky. Sneaky, the focus there, will manage to get away, but taken very low. That's going to give MeetYourMakers a little incentive to push on towards this mid-turret. They're going to need Irelia coming around the backside, and I think they're going to have to give up on the turret. Extermin there, trying to get the final blow on towards Sneaky. Didn't quite happen, though. They will take that turret. So nice return from MeetYourMakers there, and that's going to buy them time now. The Dragon has spawned, and you can see they're all going straight across to it. MeetYourMakers will be cutting across. They have no vision ward whatsoever of that bush, and Caitlyn has had to go back, so they're missing out on a lot of hit points. They managed to get that ward down, so that's going to get taken straight out by Babeta. They have not got Caitlyn to get the poke across. That's going to be the Dragon going to MeetYourMakers. Although Alibabba gave it a good shot there. Putting his Q across it. So 30-33 the next Drake due. And since they've lost that, they're just going to go in and fade as much jungle as they can. I guess Zealot's going to go straight towards the top as well. As he will. He might get a bit of poke on that turret. I'm not too sure. I think there was a ward placement in there, which is why Zealot is now going up towards that top, using his ulti to clear the wave and then just back away. That wave will push itself. There'll be someone there in a moment to clear it out, so no need to overextend. There's Jax. Jax has built himself a Bilgewater Cutlass now. So the makings of a Hextech Gunblade on the way. And again, more poke on towards that turret. Taking it down to 1,000. Wow! Tabzz just getting that bomb on him. I think he's got his yeah, he has got the Rabadon's death cap now completed. Sneaky also getting the shot on him. I think it just completely caught him out of position. Did catch a glimpse of Kassadin there. Kassadin having to use his ulti to get dash across and go towards the side turret, which means Caitlyn should return back to this turret, and he will do it. I think that's going to be the turret finally going down. He doesn't put all his stock into it though, but that's going to be the counter-strike procced on towards heiN. You can see that on him, and he's going to get sneaky down shortly there, but there's going to be the ulti from Ishtai just about saving his bacon. The ignite is on. Extermin does get the kill there, and Ishtai is going to pay the price as well. Nice counter here from MeetYourMakers. There's Gangplank ulti going down. Tabzz will be the next target. Tabzz does go down. This is very nicely played for MeetYourMakers. This is putting them in an ideal situation to go and get Baron now. They need to counter straight away and go straight for Baron. There's no ward placement whatsoever for LowLandLions here. It looks like there were. I'm pretty sure I just saw Janna heading off in that direction. I'm almost certain they are now on Baron. Yeah, you can see Araneae going straight towards it. That means that it is going to be Baron. So LowLandLions are going to have to come around there. Araneae needs to be careful. That was a full phase check. And they could easily be just sat there in that bush. But they are on the Baron. They are not taking it down that quickly. The fear proc as I get pulled away by the spawn. And it is heiN. heiN is taken very low. heiN is going to have to back out of there. And that's going to be the ulti from Alibabba. Alibabba will take down heiN. They will continue to poke. Will he manage to get the Q across? Zealot has gone in there. They are going to dive in. They have stolen it. Beautifully done. They've managed to steal it. 2v4. Alibabba will pay the price with his life. I think Extermin may go down here. Zealot is all over him. Zealot does get him. And actually, Alibabba got away from that one. Araneae now with that bomb in his head. He's going to go down as well. Shad might go down in the process as well. This is unbelievable turnaround. LowLandLions. Well, MYM did exactly what they had to do. Zealot is almost certainly going to get on towards Shad there. Gets the speed up buff as well. The bomb on his head. Tabzz will get the kill on Shad. Wow, wow, wow. LowLandLions, very nicely done there. They knew they had to come back. They knew the Baron was on. Absolutely the right play for MeetYourMakers there, but they just couldn't get the damage down on towards Baron quick enough. They couldn't take him quick enough, and just amazing, amazing turnaround there. So very well played between Alibabba and Zealot. They could easily have just dived in there. MeetYourMakers maybe should have perhaps turned around and aborted and just got the double kill, but in the position they were in, they it was a do or die strategy. And it is die, unfortunately. That is going to be the inhibitor going down. Extermin comes out there, does try to get a bit of a burst on towards Zealot, but it's really not doing a great deal of damage to him. Trinity Force still not completed, but I'm almost certain that's going to be plenty for Zealot. Zealot picking up a bunch of kills along with the Baron, obviously, in the process there. Gangplank trying to get the steal on the blue. Too late. Tabzz already has it. So 2,150 gold you can see here on Sneaky. Sneaky's going to go and put a huge down payment as he gets a nice filter over across the lot of them there. Says thank you very much for the gold. Gains himself another 200 gold in those double creep wave. Building up towards that Phantom Dancer very nicely there for Caitlyn. So let's have a look at the CS and the items, what they've all built up there. Kassadin trying to build that Rabadon's Death Cap has fell behind a little bit. Did go for the Rod of Ages first, of course. Tabzz has been helping nicely, really. Just helping people speed up. And I'm not sure, you know, I don't think you get the assist. If you put the speed boost on another summoner on your summoner, I don't think it gives you the assist. Yeah, I think if you put the slow on the enemy, it does give you the assist. I'm not too sure. Someone please comment on that one, because I am not 100% on the exact clarity of the situation with that. Banshee's found out completed by Nocturne there, and is to prevent any burstiness, building up towards probably a brutalizer, I would say there. Ishtai now going to be going around placing all those wards. Tabzz is going to continue pushing that top wave, and they need to make use of this Baron buff. They obviously taken the inhibitor, but they're going to have You can see they've gone just about enough time to get in and get another push on, which is why they're going towards his top turret. The rest of MeetYourMakers now responding, are coming around there. Yeah, they're going to have to back away. It's going to be, I think, probably a 5-man. They have good ward placement across the jungle there, so they can see that there is no one cutting them off, which is why Zealot and Caitlyn now going to try and get in a position to maybe just get a gank on there. Trinity Force now completed by Irelia. Kind of expected, really. He picked up a bunch of kills in amongst that Baron. Is going to come around the backside there. Fairly tanky as well as bursty. So is going to try and get a poke. Shad immediately uses his knockback. So that's going to be the second outer turret taken down by LowLandLions in a Deman. A very strong position, it has to be said. They have to do something seriously wrong now to lose this fight. After that great turnaround with Baron, which MYM... I don't really know. I mean, I guess you could just say, yeah, they should have backed straight out of it. I'm not too sure. They did absolutely the right thing in my mind to go for that Baron, though. At the time, they got 3 kills, great kills, and they were in the right position at the right time. Gangplank ulti goes down. They're going to try and keep poking on towards that turret. Instead, they're going to push out Alibabba, going towards Extermin there. Zealot taken very low there, as well as Tabzz. Tabzz almost going down. He uses his ulti. I didn't see who used his ulti on. It was on Zealot. Perfectly placed. And now Zealot's going to be able to dash straight in here. heiN is going to back away from this one. Sneaky managing to dodge out of the way of a lot of the fire there, as well as the Ishtai. So that's going to be the turret going down, the second outer turret. And very nicely done there from Tabzz. Tabzz thought, right, okay, you know what? I'm not worth using my ulti on myself. Zealot is kind of like Irelia is the go-to guy in there. If you could keep Irelia alive, which is exactly why I put the ulti on him, did save it, and Tabzz got the hell out of there with little to no health. But it's the important thing is keeping Zealot alive. You can get a strong damaging Irelia in there. It can just really disrupt the team quite heavily. Dragon being picked up by LowLandLions. That's going to be the third Dragon, so 3-1 in terms of Dragon, 8-3 in terms of kills. And you can see the turrets. They are all down across the map nearly. So just this bottom lane left to be pushed by LowLandLions, and obviously that open inhibitor which they've just created up the top there. 36-30 for Drake, 32-50 for Baron. As a bomb goes off on Extermin there. And those bombs starting to do a lot of damage actually there. Zealot just catching Babeta out mid-jungle. I missed that one. I'm sorry about that one. I assumed they were all going back and porting. I didn't expect Zealot to be still out there ganking. Tabzz now is what I was looking at. 297 ability power. Has got their Brilliance pot just ready and waiting for when that team fight kicks off. Built up the Void Staff, Riley's Crystal to get that slow, obviously, bonus with the bomb. That's going to be the last outer turret now going down, or inner turret, I guess it's classed as, is the proper name for them. So, Irelia will go back and buy this time, while the rest of the team are kind of ready to start. And what's he going to go buy? Infinity Edge is being converted. Oh, he's gone recurve bow. Oh, okay, so he's not going for a Phantom Dancer. He's gone for that Banshee's Veil instead. So, more worried about Extermin. Extermin has been the one that's been diving on towards Sneaky and trying to do the counter. So that makes sense to me. Alibabba, obviously doing the same thing. Has completed that Brutalizer as well. Irelia now coming back. Has gone for an Aegis as well. So, wow, armor across the board for everyone. And that is going to put them in a dangerous position here. Look at that, diving straight across. Want to get Termin. They went for the blue buff instead. Extermin. Is Extermin going to come around and go, I could pick the blue up or a Berserk? I don't think he'll go that low. No, he won't. So he's not going to fall for it. So the rest of the team come across. So that inhibitor has respawned, which is why Zealot now going straight in towards Shad there. Shad having to use his knockback. Does manage to get the ulti across him though from Zealot. Zealot putting a lot of punishment down. Extermin diving in there. Alibabba trying to proc the fear on him. Having to use his ulti to escape it. Gangplank ulti wasted. Oh, well, it wasn't wasted. It was used to push them back. But the minion wave now coming in, which is kind of the ideal situation. That's going to be leaving an open inhibitor. The rest of the team have had to pull back from this one. As well as they can see that Zilean now going up towards the top to push the pressure straight on towards the second inhibitor. They're going to back out and go straight up this inhibitor at the top here. You can see Janna coming across. Janna needs to be careful. He doesn't get dived on by Zealot. Zealot does manage to get in there, backs away wisely though. Extermin trying to put the pressure down. Does get a bomb. Does get a second bomb. I think Extermin might well go down for this second bomb. He will do. No, Alibabba dived in, used his ulti. Didn't got knocked back immediately though by Shad there. Very nicely played. That's going to be Shad doing as much damage as he can. Shad has completed that Infinity Edge, so he does do a lot of damage on the Vayne, but it's just not in the right situation at the right time really. He's trying to use it to defend people rather than be aggressive. And that is both inhibitors down. The Baron has spawned on 3320, so yeah, you can see it up on the map. Clairvoyance going down. They know that LowLandLions are going for it. Someone has ported back. I think it's Zilean. Yeah, Tabzz is actually back in base. They're not in the ideal situation to start with this one, and I think that's probably kind of annoyed them a little bit there, because LowLandLions were going to go straight for that. Instead, we're going to have a bit of a standoff here for the Baron. Let's have a look. LowLandLions, they have this huge stack on the bottom here as well. This is a pretty big stack that's going to do punishing damage to this turret. Yeah, someone's going to have to go deal with it, and it is Shad. Shad's going across, but they have got their ward here, so they can see that Shad is now far away from the Baron, so that ideal opportunity to go for it, except Caitlyn and Nocturne are not there. That was the time they should have been going for it. Zealot's going to go in, try and get a bit of burst. I think it's Babeta he wants to go for, and you go, oh, and the Howling Gale coming back across. So you can see they wanted to get them towards Babeta there, just knock them down to a 4v5 and give them that precise opportunity for the Baron fight. As my peripheral vision's pulled towards the clock, seeing that it is actually up to 34 minutes in this match. They're going to try and get the steal off here. They have cleared it off, but Zealot has gone diving in. Zealot needs to be careful, pops his ulti backwards. Is going to have, he has got his flash up, I think, to be able to get himself out of this one. It's just causing problems for the rest of the team. Are going to take it down. Sneaky needs to be onto this Baron and doing a lot of damage. Look at it. They're all just waiting, biding their time, trying to get across there. Extermin comes around on towards the Ishtai. Shad comes in. Shad doesn't quite get the steal. Tried to, though. Shad goes down. Sneaky does manage to get the kill on him, but no, you can see that Nocturne going down in the process as well as Ishtai. Zealot, though, picking up the kill. heiN now taking very low. Tabzz is going to come around and get the res. He's going to use it on him. You can see the sniper shot coming across. Babeta will go down. heiN now taking down very low. Zealot has got the ulti on him. That means heiN is going to go down. Very nicely done. Could have gone pear-shaped for LowLandLions there, but they do manage to pull off the ace. They have got the buff, and more importantly, they have the 3 main players alive. Surrender vote goes out. Well played, LowLandLions. They take the first game in the ESL Masters, 3rd place playoff.
Victory!